Most crypto investors are obsessed with timing. Perfect entries, perfect exits, perfect moments. They believe if they just time it right, everything else will work. But timing is not what drives long-term outcomes. Allocation does. What timing actually controls? Timing affects when you enter. Allocation affects how much you benefit. You can time an entry perfectly and still underperform if your capital is allocated poorly. This is one of the hardest truths for investors to accept. Why timing feels powerful. Timing feels actionable. You can point to a chart. You can circle an entry. You can feel in control. Allocation feels boring. But boring decisions compound quietly. Real examples. Using familiar coins. Many investors waited years to perfectly time Bitcoin. Some never entered. Others entered late but allocated consistently over time. Those investors outperformed most traders who timed entries perfectly but overtraded or misallocated. Ethereum showed the same pattern. Early allocation mattered more than perfect timing. Metric 1. Exposure versus precision. Ask this: do I need perfect timing or sufficient exposure to a durable asset? Durable assets reward presence. Speculation rewards precision. Confusing the two leads to frustration. Metric 2. Position size discipline. Timing mistakes are survivable when position sizing is controlled. Allocation errors are not. Over-allocating to weak assets destroys portfolios even with good timing. Under-allocating to strong assets limits upside, even with perfect entries. Metric 3. Time in the system. Markets reward time in strong systems. Bitcoin and Ethereum rewarded long-term allocation far more than short-term timing. This doesn't remove volatility. It makes volatility survivable. Why most timing advice fails. Timing advice assumes repeatable precision. Markets don't offer that. Allocation accepts uncertainty and builds around it. This is why institutional investors focus more on allocation than entries. How to reframe your strategy. Instead of asking, "Is this the perfect entry?" ask, "Is this asset worth allocating to for years?" This shifts focus from prediction to structure. Applying this to valuation, strong utility, reasonable valuation, and survivability justify allocation. Weak structure requires perfect timing. Perfect timing is unreliable. Allocation aligned with valuation is repeatable. Closing timing feels powerful. Allocation actually is. If you want to invest with structure instead of stress, subscribe to CryptoVista. This playlist is about clarity. CryptoVista. Clarity over chaos.